Hey everybody, CT Crapstastic. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day to join me for mine. We're going to roll up our sleeves and see if we can't get into the strategy that I tried to show you in our last video, but apparently my math skills took vacation. They took the day off. Thank you to all of you who were kind and gentle in your encouragement to go back and check the math. Obviously, if you go back and look at some of the other videos, I started off using the computer program, and that does all the math for you. And even though I know how the odds work in craps, I really messed it up. So we're going to try to get it back and see if we can't make some good things happen here in this. This is a hybrid between the CYA, Cover Your Assets, and the antivirus strategies that I put out in other videos. So we're going to see if we can make it work. We're going to start with a $300 bankroll. And by the way, to the gentleman who said, hey, listen, $300, $75 on the don't pass, it's a little too rich for my blood, too much risk. You're absolutely right. And to drive that home even greater, in a practice round just before I got here to filming this video, I lost all but $95. So, you know, here's the thing. No risk, no fun. It's a risky game. Not everybody's going to win. We know that. You're not going to win every time. We know that. However, we're going to have a good time, and this has a built-in stopgap for us, and I'll explain that by the way that I've set out my bankroll here. I've got $300 in bankroll, and that's all I'm willing to risk. Okay, I'm not a rich guy. I'm just going to go out and try to see if I can make any money with the $300. I've broken it up into, this is what I'm willing to gamble, and this is what I'm willing to take home. And this is $73. And I built it into those stacks for a reason. You're going to see the purpose of that as we hit a point and come out and play the game. But the first part of the strategy is getting to that point. It is a $75 bet on the don't pass line, which makes it a very risky roll for this, this strategy here at this point. This is the greatest point of risk right here, folks, on the come out. So let's see if we can make it past and get to the point. And there's a 6. Easy 6. Our point is 6. And this is good news for us, because now we can go ahead and load up our stacks, pre-stacked already. 24 on the 6, 24 on the 8. And now you've got $25 to put wherever you want. And you know what? Today I'm feeling the 10. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on the 10. And again, so that you know that I know how to do the math, 24 on 6 or 8 is going to pay 28. A 25 on the 9 is going to pay 35. 25 on the 10 is going to pay 45. And so I like this as a way to mitigate the risk here. Right now, the only point of risk is now hitting the point. If we hit a 7, most people would be freaked out by 0.7s. But not in this strategy. If we hit a 7, we get a net gain of $2 as we lose the 7, or I'm sorry, we win on the 75. We are owed $75. We're going to lose 73, but if we add $2 and bring it down, that's 75. I hope that makes sense to you. Let's see how we roll. And there is a 538. That's $28 going into our bank. All right. We're off to a decent start. Here we go again. And there's a 4. Ace 3, 4. Not going to help us. And there's an 8. That 8 is going to pay us $28. I'll just go ahead and give 2. Trade 2 for 30. There we go. Rack 'em. I've had a lot of fun with this strategy. I actually went and played a little bit with a friend of mine virtually, and in that session I actually came away up $570 for the hour or so that we played, starting with a $300 bankroll, playing exactly as you're seeing me play here. And this friend of mine has been playing craps for years. He's the one who originally inspired me to get into the game, and I'm new into the game. I only started learning the craps somewhere around October, November of last year. But he didn't fare so well, and I'm not sure he's still walking straight. So we'll see how it goes. All right, we are in a great place. We've hit the 8 twice, and so we've put roughly $60 into our bank, which covers this no matter what. So everything else now is gravy. Here we go. Let's see if we can hit the 8 or the 10 before we hit the 6. And there's AC Doocy. Not going to help, not going to hurt. And 7 out. All right, let me explain to you what happens on this 7 out. I already showed you what happens, but I'm going to do it for you visually. Oops. 7 out. We're going to win 75. We're going to lose 73. If I add $1 to each of these stacks and move these down, that's the house paying us $75. Does that make sense? Instead of what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put those $2 in the rack and pull these stacks down here, because these stacks are the key to the strategy always. All right? I hope that's making sense for you. Let's see if we can't make another point. Again, biggest point of risk right here. And there is a 6, 4, 10, easy 10. It's a great situation for us because our $25 goes on a 10. When we hit the point, and we will, when we hit the point, we're going to make $45 against our 75, which means this whole strategy has a total risk of $30. I like that because that means that only one of these has to hit, and we're basically covered. We're within $2 of being covered. I love this idea, and that's why I think I love this strategy. Now, have I lost money? You bet I have. Absolutely. But this $73 is my stopgap. If I put a $300 bankroll together and I can't put both sides of the table up, the don't pass and the box numbers, I'm going home. So I'm never going to break below $73. I hope that made sense to you. All right, we're in position to make some money. 6 and 8, that's what we're looking for here. And there's a 3. Nope. And there is the 8, easy 8. With that, that's $28. I'll go ahead and drop 2 for 30. There we go. Goodness. All right. And we're in the profit zone, baby. Here we go. And there's the 6, hard 6. $28. I'm going to go ahead and drop 2 for 30. There it is. Now, at this point, you can start playing with the winnings, right? We've covered the nut. We're in a good place. Now you can start pressing the 6 or the 8, or you can start building out to the other numbers. That's up to you. I like to take at least one more win and then start building. That way I've pocketed the amount that I feel I need to cover to do this thing again. So this is, there's some controversy about the phrase house money, but at this point I'm in the profit zone and I'm going to use my profits to play a little heavier, but I got to go one more round for my comfort, all right? And there's a 4, not going to help. And 7 out. 7 out. And keep in mind, a 7 is nothing more than a $2 drop down. So there's now 25, 25, 25. It's going to pay. These lose, but then the bank pays $75. I'm going to pocket those 2, and I'm going to put these stacks back the way they were. Go. And it's now time for us to do it all over again. Here we go. Coming out. And there's a 9. I'm sorry, 5, 3, 8. 5, 3, 8. So, point is 8. This should look familiar to you now. Look, this is not rocket science, folks, but it is a lot of fun to play with. And now we've got a $25 chip to place wherever we want to see whatever we're going to find as far as hitting. I'm going to place it on the 5, and I'm not going to be greedy. That's another thing that I see in a lot of the videos that I watch and a lot of the people that I see playing. I see them, you know, the justification for putting it out there and doubling it up and doing all that they can is, hey baby, I came to gamble, so let's gamble. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, I'm not that into risk. So I'm going to play it this way, play it conservatively. You know, yeah, can I make $10 more if I hit a 4? Yes. Is it harder to hit a 4? Yes. So I'm going to play the 5 and see what we can play. Here we go. 7 out. 7 out is nothing more than a $2 net gain for us. Put those back. And we're back on the come out. Okay? Here we go. Oops. All right, there's an easy 10. Point is once again 10. That means my quarter goes on to the 10, 24 on the 8, 24 on the 6. And now we're in a good place to hit these before that. Let's go. There's a 7 out. You get the drill, folks. I didn't say it's the most exciting strategy, but I'd rather win $2 every day than lose $1 any day. Back down. Puck is off. Here's our come out. The only risk of this, I mean, the downside of the 7 is that it exposes us again for the next come out roll. And that's the thing that drives me nuts, because there's the point of risk. And it's, I'm not going to lie to you, it's a little scary. Let's see what we can do. Coming up, there's an easy 8. Easy 8. Going to do the exact same thing, folks. And in this case, since I've been throwing a couple of 10s, I'm feeling the 10. Let's see if we can't make this work for us. I'd like to hit a 6 or a 10 before I hit that 8. And there's a yo that's not going to help, not going to hurt. And there's the 10. All right, this is good news for us, because a 10 pays 45. I'm going to put a 5er down for 50. There we go. And we're good. And there's a 5. No good, but not bad. And there's a 6. There's a 6. Easy 6. It's going to pay us $28. I'll put 2 down for 30. There we go. And let's go one more hit. If we hit one more time, then I'm going to start pressing. And we did it. There's the easy 10. That's going to be $45. I'll go ahead and put a nickel down for 50. And we're in a good position. Now I got to be honest with you, it doesn't always work this way, folks. It does not always work this way. So what do? Well, we take advantage of what we've got going on. And now I'm going to start pressing on the 8. I'm actually going to press all these numbers, but I'm going to put up, out of my winnings, I just won $45 off the 10. And I'm going to take 20 of that. Oops, I should take my own 20. I'm going to take $20. I'm going to press $5 on the 10, and let's go, instead of 15, let's go 12. So let's put that back and bring out 2. And we'll press a unit on each one of these. All right, so there's, and all we got to do is go up. Oops. All right. So now I've got 30. Let's go ahead and clean it up. Yeah, that's fine. I'm sorry, before I take that off the field, let me go ahead and bring out the change. There we go. Now take a look at this, guys. We have $30 on each of these. Now we're going to be starting to make a little bit more money. It's not a lot of money, but it's a little bit more. Again, at any point, even when we hit the 8, it's going to be all right. We're doing okay. Okay? Because here's the truth. This is all our profit off of this shooter. We're way good with this shooter. So, let's get to it. And there's a 7 out. 7 out. 75 gets paid. These guys are lost, right? However, that goes back to the bank. This pays that. And look who's good. We're good, right? So we can go ahead and put that there. And we're playing it again. Now, I'm going to need some change. I'm going to get my original stacks back, if you don't mind. So in order to do that, I need to put 73 out. There's 50. $60, $70, 3. Put that back to the bank. I'm going to pay 73 this way. 2, 3, 4. 1. And 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right, and oh, sorry, 73. And now I'm just going to rebuild those stacks for the way that I like to play. Just like that. I'm not a dealer, folks, don't judge me, but that's how I like to set it up. We are way ahead of our $300 original bankroll. This will be the last roll. I know that I could play for longer. I want to respect your time. I also want to go out with money in my pocket. So the only risk that I've got going into this next thing is $75 here, and then whatever the point is, the risk between the difference of that. Let's see what we can do. And there's a yo. All right, well, there it is. And we're going to call it a good session. Just like that. I said it was going to be my last shooter. That's going to be it for me. I'm done right now. Let's take a look at where we stand with what we've got. That's our original bankroll. There's another $173 up for this session. And that's it. You know, it's not complicated, folks. Listen, if the yos or the 7s hit us on the don't pass, on the coming out, there's nothing we can do about it, but we will still walk away with our original bankroll of our stopgap, if you will, of $73. So it's yes, you can lose some money. You're playing craps. Of course you can lose some money. But in this particular case, I got $173 to show for the amount of time that we played here. Original bankroll 173. Thanks again for watching this, guys. I hope this has been educational for you. I hope it's been entertaining. I hope you appreciate the fact that I got the math right on this particular case. And I'm looking forward to bringing you some more strategies in the very near future. Stay tuned, subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you again soon.